Hi, my name is David Flores. I'm with DFW Best Pest, and today we're going to talk termites. A little bit about their etymology, a little bit about their damage, a little bit about what they do, and what you can do to solve it. So, uh, here in Texas, or at least this part of Texas, our biggest problem are what we call eastern subterranean termites. We do have 4 different types of termites. Eastern subterranean, Formosan, drywood, and dampwood. But drywood, dampwood, and Formosan are mainly on coastal states, Florida, Houston, California. That's a lot of times where you see houses that are tarped, and they are truly fumigated with a very dangerous product. But we don't have the humidity that those other states or areas have, and so we mainly deal with eastern subterranean. I'm going to show you here a little bit about what kind of damage they do, and this damage has been 7 to 10 years in the making. Very aggressive, from the ceiling all the way to the floor, and on the walls, everything. And the interesting thing about how bad this damage is the termites have literally turned the wood into paper, because that's what they do. And a little bit about termites. We have several types of wood-destroying insects in Texas. Well, throughout there's carpenter bees, carpenter beetles, carpenter ants, and termites. A lot of people don't realize that carpenter ants don't eat wood. Only termites eat wood. They are the only insect that can digest cellulose, and that's why they are so much more destructive. They do cause more damage than sometimes, depending on the year, all natural disasters combined. On the average, they cause about $5 billion a year in damage to homes. And the cost to not just treat the house, but the cost to fix damage like this that they've caused. And so it gets extensive, and if people don't recognize it, it can get really bad. So what we're doing today at this house is we are treating for termites, and what a lot of people don't understand about termites, and they get concerned, is that termites don't live in the walls. This is the damage. It's not them living in the walls. What you'll also notice is that there's mud covering the wood where the termites were eating. And the purpose of this is that termites don't have a skin like most insects have an exoskeleton. Termites don't have a skin. And so when they come into our air, it just basically sucks the water out of their body. And so whether they're underground or trying to come above ground, they have to cover themselves with dirt because they have to have a 98% humidity factor that constantly is giving them that moisture. The treatments that we're using now, well, I've been in it for 27 years, and when we first started, we had several types of termiticides. We had Dursban TC, we had Calstar TC, we had cypermethrin, which is a TC, and these products were either a contact or repellent, because we used to have to go through and drill every plumbing void in the entire house, from sinks to bathtubs, toilets, water heaters, everything. But we don't anymore, because now there's a new product called Termidor. Termidor is an amazing product. I personally think if you're not treating a house with Termidor, you're doing a disservice to the consumer, because there's just nothing else on the market like it. In this particular house, per the label, really, all I have to do is do the linear footage, do the calculations, decide how many gallons I'm putting it in, and put it around the exterior in the ground, 2 feet in the ground. We trench, we drill, we do what we have to, but it has to be a non-stop barrier, and and you put that product in the ground, and the other products would either push them away or kill them as soon as they come into contact with it. But then they'll move and they'll move and they'll move and they'll be consistent until they finally find a crack or a space where they can penetrate and get back into the house. With Termidor, it doesn't work that way. The way the colony, it really is, we're destroying the colony, and we are, when you put it around the perimeter of the house, they don't recognize like it's there, and they come up and they expose themselves to it, and then they go down, and every time they touch, they have this transference effect that they contaminate any termite they touch. Well, remember we talked earlier about the 98% humidity factor they have to keep? Well, that tends to create a bacteria, and there's drones in there that are cleaning the workers, the queens, everything, to knock that bacteria out. But with the Termidor, they don't recognize it's there, they don't sense it, they don't smell it. So now they're digesting that product, and they're dying off. So the drones that are keeping this bacteria outside of the colony are dying off, and so the bacteria will come in and take over and just destroy the colony. Because they're in the middle of the house, right? Like this one, you think that doesn't mean they're not on the outside perimeter, because one colony can feed on more than one house. And the joke is, tell your neighbors, hey, you need to help out, because we have this saying in Texas, or as a pest control operator, that there's two houses in Texas, one that has termites and one that's going to have termites. So one, it's extremely important to monitor your house, exterior perimeter. Two, if you get a new house, it's very important to get what we call a wood destroying insect report. And you need to watch out for these things, and you need to be aware of them, because this particular consumer was not aware of them and put it off, and now it's going to cost them a lot of money. So that's all I have for termites. Thank you very much.